When I came here, I hoped that I would feel better. Instead, I feel just as hopeless as before. Happy New Year, Vanessa. Which means that Commissioner Pierce had a point when he told us that Sean might be more dangerous than we thought. And now I'm beginning to wonder if Sean was the one who took Danny's life. But he's been faithful and always will be. Wanda, I'm praying for you and your family. I'll take your prayers, but I want you far away from me and my daughter. And if Yvette happens to give birth to a girl, don't you dare think that I would let my baby name her baby after you, Shelly. Glad you were able to fit us into your busy schedule, Quinlan. Anything for Kimmy? What is it that you wanted to tell me that couldn't be said over the phone? It's about Danny. I get that she had a funeral, but I feel like she ain't got something that other kids with her situation got to have. What would that be? A vigil. What's going on, Vanessa? We've been distant, Max. And something happened that concerns me. So I want you to be honest. Honest about what? Did you cheat on me? Specifically with Yvette? Where did Vanessa head off to? And why do you seem so beaten down, Shelly? Poki sa Vanessa te wa kantem Wanda Fapeu, Shelly. Yvette, what are you doing here? Where's your mother, and why aren't you two on your way to California? Because I changed my mind, Dad. I'm keeping the baby. What made you change your mind? That's a really great idea, Kimmy. Guess you and your mom want it televised? Danny's case is getting a lot of attention on social media. As long as her story is out there, then it will speed up the process of getting her justice. Just remember, baby, we'll do what we can, but don't forget that it ain't our job to find out who took Danny's life, and that the police gotta figure it out on their own. You can't be serious, Vanessa. What makes you think that I would even touch Yvette? After everything she put me through? Please try not to get mad. Try not to get mad after you ask me such a ridiculous question? I really hope my reaction answers it for you. Okay, I believe you. The last thing I wanted to do was upset you, Max. But I needed to hear you say it in person. Did Yvette say something to you? Just forget about it. Forget about it? Vanessa, you just asked me if I once again slept with a girl who falsely accused me of forcing myself on her, which sent me into a deep depression. I deserve an answer. I just found out that Yvette, she's pregnant. Wanda hit you? It's okay. No, Shelly, it's not okay for Wanda or anyone to put their hands on you, especially when you're carrying our child. Upa di risoti kaila? I didn't. The two of us decided to talk things out. And what did you two have to discuss? You're gonna find this out eventually. Yvette's pregnant. Oh my goodness. She and JJ are about the same age. But what does that have to do with Wanda putting her hands on you? Yvette was about to terminate the pregnancy, Jeremiah. But I was able to get through to her when I ran into her at Ulysses' grave. Can someone explain this to me? What's the reason for this last-minute change? Thank Shelly Dorval. Please tell me that she didn't go to confront her mom. Wait a minute. What does Shelly have to do with any of this? She convinced your daughter to carry the baby to term, Udell. Now we're stuck, trying to figure out how to move forward knowing that our daughter is about to have a baby of her own. Everyone knows that the opinions are responsible for taking Danny's life, Mom. People don't got the proof, Kimmy, and the police are the only ones who need to prove it. Let's discuss all of this later. How about we focus on what matters? And that's the vigil. That will certainly encourage the police to work harder at catching the person who ended Danny's life. We can discuss the vigil more once we grab a table. Sounds good to me. I'd like for the three of us to enjoy our meals in peace, Jackie. which means that I need you to understand that I know exactly what I'm doing. How come you don't seem surprised, Max? It's sure not because I slept with her, and I've already apologized. It's just that it's possible for born-again Christians to fall sometimes. What about Yvette? She sure hasn't been saved. It didn't occur to you that it wouldn't be surprising that Yvette would get pregnant with her reputation? That's kind of harsh. What's harsh is that you assumed I got Yvette pregnant, when you know that I trusted in Jesus Christ alone to save me and turn my life around. I never wanted to think that you were going down the wrong path, Max. Again, the two of us aren't getting along. I needed to make sure that you didn't go ahead and turn to someone else. What have I done to make you question that I wouldn't be faithful to you, the girl who I love? And I thought you knew that, Vanessa. I thought you believed that. Yvette sleeps with a boy and wants to end the baby's life? She's rich. How come she wouldn't try and take care of her responsibility? Not that I agree with her trying to terminate the pregnancy, but she's a teenager, Papa. She was scared. Because she was scared, the world tells her that the best option is to have a termination. Except Wanda wasn't trying to hear it. Well, I'm glad that you stood firm and did the right thing, Shelley. I couldn't stop thinking about the points Wanda made, though. Jeremiah, there are so many girls and women out there in the world who fall pregnant and don't have the resources Yvette has. They feel hopeless. You can't save everyone, Shelley. Those women need to turn to God. I agree, but I like to help as many mothers as I can. Mrs. Dorval didn't force me to do anything, Mom. I had time to think it over. Are you sure, Yvette? I'm 100% sure, Dad. I know I'm making the right choice. Now that that's settled, I don't want you speaking to that woman ever again. But Mom, she did nothing wrong. That woman involved herself into something that didn't involve her. Yvette, are you sure that Mrs. Dorval didn't press you into anything? Yes. Mrs. Dorval and I had a simple conversation, that's it. Deciding to carry a baby to term is not a simple conversation. Life as you know it no longer exists, especially when the baby does come. Brandon tried taking your life, Quinlan. I don't want you to pull something that would cause a shootout at Danny's vigil. The last thing I want is to be Kimmy's human shield. It's not gonna come to that, Jackie. Let's make sure that we just discuss the vigil and how you're gonna make me and my baby look good on TV. And I love you too, Max. These days, I'm beginning to forget what we've been fighting about in the first place. Let me remind you, you're trying to mold me into the perfect guy instead of accepting the broken guy that I am. That's not true. But I am afraid that the guy you are now will tear us apart. I'm a Russo. I always will be. That's something you need to accept, Vanessa. If you can't, then you might just be right. We might not make it. I understand that I upset you with what I asked. So I'll give you some space and pray that you can chill out. If not, then I'm afraid that our relationship might not work. And I know that we'll both be heartbroken in the process. What are you trying to say, Shelley? God bless our family so much. I know God will want us to bless others. And how do you plan to do that? After Wanda left, I had this idea of building a house. What sort of house? A house that shelters, provides for, and educates expectant mothers who are in desperate need of help. Your mother's not wrong, Yvette. You're gonna face a lot of challenges for months to come, but we're both gonna help you every step of the way. I know that, Dad, but I need you both to understand that this was my decision, no one else's. Mrs. Dorval shouldn't be painted as the bad guy over the choice I made. What did you and Shelley say to one another? All you really need to know is that she doesn't regret being nosy and convincing Yvette to keep the baby. Our conversation really got nowhere. I'm so worried about Yvette. She has no idea what she's in store for. I'll tell you what's in store for her. Since you and I agreed to work things out in our marriage, Yvette's gonna have two parents who love her and who love each other.